There you see it again, right, with a great job of knowing exactly where Jefferson was, and Jefferson says, I'll take that, thank you so much.
Chester trying to become the first repeat champion since Glenn Mills in 1990 and 91. And here's the scary part. Rondé Jefferson is a junior. 6'6", guard skills, tremendous leaping ability, best defensive player Chester has. And he can do some things inside the paint as well.
He can explode. When these two hook up, it's always going to be a rough contest. And as we said earlier, closest game Chester's had all season has been with Lower Merion. But tonight, it's just been a defensive struggle the whole way. Neither team looking like they'd like to offensively, but give total credit to the defense of both clubs tonight. Greg Downer switching up defense the whole time. And of course, on the other side, you have Larry Yarbray Sr. doing a great job of going to those zone traps and figuring out that's the way I can speed this game up by going half court in my zone trap. And he did exactly that tonight, and it's yielded up some good results for him.
Darrell Reynolds, B.J. Johnson back into the game along with Mike Robbins, Jaquan Johnson, and Raheem Hall for the Aces. Robbins penetrates, gets knocked to his feet, and we'll go to the possession arrow, and it'll stay Lower Merion basketball. Got to that possession arrow an awful lot in this quad A final.
Well, there's no such thing as a clean drive in this game.
2:29 left to play as the Aces will inbound. Again, they'd love to get free for a three. They're just not going to get one. Not with the defense of Chester.
Good Jefferson on Johnson. What a great matchup that is, huh?
Raheem Hall with it on the left wing. Jaquan Johnson has it poked away by Kareem Robinson into the hands of Jefferson. Jefferson, one end to the other for two more.
Jefferson anticipated again, getting up there and doing it himself the whole way.
It's now a 20-point difference with 2 minutes to play. Rondé Jefferson now in double figures with 12, and here's another steal by Cotton. Back the other way, Robbins stripped it out of his hands, and it was off the leg of Cotton, and so it'll go back to Lower Merion. Jaquan Johnson, Robbins for three, off the back iron. Fight for the rebound, and who else but Rondé Jefferson pulls it away. 11th rebound for Rondé Jefferson. So he's in double figures in points and rebounds, and that's not much different than what he does on most nights. And here's another foul called on Lower Merion. In the double bonus, Chester to the line for two.
You know, they always say the one constant you have to have in the game of basketball is your defense. A great defense will always yank down great offense. Well, tonight, Chester is a living illustration of that. Hasn't been a great offensive night in terms of scoring a lot of points, but man, oh day. 33 points against a team like this, that says an awful lot about your constant, and the constant for Chester tonight has been unbelievable tenacity on defense, and they still have it here in the last 136. They're going after it like they're behind by 20 points.
Bryce Williamson will check back into the game for the Aces, as B.J. Johnson will come out. Kareem Robinson at the foul line. Ends up making 1 out of 2. He's got 3 points on the night. Chester will pull back that defense now and only come out half court instead of three-quarter court. Williamson inside looking for Hall, off his leg and out of bounds. Turnover again for the Aces. And a big story of this game with Lower Merion just not taking care of the basketball. 27 turnovers. Clippers are now going to spread the floor, make Lower Merion foul them, and we'll see if the Aces even bottom. There is the foul by Jaquan Johnson. We'll send Kareem Robinson back to the foul line to shoot two. Lower Merion out of the Central League where they went 17-0. They lost only 3 games on the season. Roman Catholic beat them by 3. Emmaus beat them by 2. And then, of course, Chester beating them in the District 1 final by that 8-point difference. So it's been a tremendous season for Lower Merion. But unfortunately for the Aces, they had to get through Chester to win the district title and could not. And again in the PIAA championship. But it's going to be the Clippers who continue their date with destiny.
When you're in this big 4A classification, you know there's one bump in the road that you're going to have to pass before you put gold around your neck. If you can pass that one, then you certainly deserve it. If you can't, that team's going to stay king of the mountain until someone pushes them off.
And it's interesting, Gary, when you say that, because all the way back in 1996, Greg Downer said exactly that when he had Kobe Bryant. He said, we're still nothing until we get past Chester, and it took him into semifinals in a tight contest, and he beat Chester, and then they knew that they had arrived on the state championship front, and then they ultimately won that state title. They beat Cathedral Prep in that game 48-43 and finished 31-3. 57-33 now is our score as they score again on the offensive putback.
Somehow prophetic right now, 57 in a row, and we sit on the number 57. 58, still the second best streak in the country.
And again, 68 is the Pennsylvania state record held by Gene Banks and the West Philadelphia Speed Boys back in the mid-70s before he went off onto his collegiate career at the University of Duke. And Chester will start next season working towards that streak, which will be at 58. So it'll take them 10 games into the 2012-13 season to try and run that streak and set the Pennsylvania record. And they are now 1 minute and 4 seconds away from having more state titles than anyone in the history of Pennsylvania high school basketball.
Well, we said earlier the toughest game of the season really was with Lower Merion. Actually, it wasn't. You have to go all the way back. They played Aquinas Institute of New York, and they won 46-43 in that one. That maybe was the closest game they had to play all year long. But I'll tell you what, Lower Merion certainly a nemesis. And as we said tonight, the respect I think Chester has for them, while all roads go through Chester to get to a championship, you know, Lower Merion, you know, has to get respect because of what they have done over all the years as well. It's a very storied program.
Both teams getting some extra players into the game. Corey Sherman checks into the game for Lower Merion. Rashawn DeJarnette back in the game for Chester. Saw some time in the first half. Also in the game for the Clippers is Mike Williams, as is Daryl Nicholson. As Bryce Williamson goes inside, pays for it as he gets knocked to the deck. And he'll shoot two.
We got two, guys.
Bryce Williamson, younger brother of Garrett Williamson, who was part of the state championship runs for Lower Merion. 2005, they were the runner-up to Chester, and then they came back and upset DeJuan Blair and company in 2006 for the state title, and then Blair came back along with DJ Kennedy the next year and won that state title. DeJuan Blair, of course, now playing in the NBA. After a career at Pitt, DJ Kennedy played at St. John's. Bryce Williamson goes 0 for 2 at the foul line, and the score remains a 24-point gap in favor of the Clippers, with the final 40 seconds ticking down. Larry Arbery in a pregame conversation said, we take care of the basketball and make foul shots, we'll be okay tonight. They took care of the basketball for the most part. They certainly forced an awful lot of turnovers. Didn't shoot foul shots as well as he would have liked, but they did enough. Another turnover for Lower Merion. And right back for Chester as they give it right back at half court.
Nice looking jump shot there by Diamante Reason that time. Didn't go down, but get a chance to look at some of the guys there for the future. At Dennis Willis in there, Diamante Reason.
Larry Arbery celebrating with one of our good friends, Terry Thomas, the statistician and career track keeper. Does a tremendous job for Chester. Gets us a boatload of information for our preparation for our preview show and the state championships every year.
The number 25 in there, Daryl Nicholson as well. Seen some time.
Mike Robbins will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. So the final 14 seconds of the Quad A final. Chester will knock it out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by the Clippers' Diamante Reason. There's a steal at half court as Dennis Willis comes up with a steal. Up ahead and laying it home is Rashawn DeJarnette. And that will do it as the final seconds tick down. And the Chester Clippers are your 2012 PIAA Quad A champion. 58 wins in a row, back-to-back titles, and a new state record 8 PIAA gold medals.
They did it using their quickness, they did it using their guile, they did it using their traps, and then that led to the transition game, and Chester able tonight to gouge out a 26-point win that was a lot closer than that most of the way, but they got that 12-point lead. They stayed in that zone trap all the second half, and it really yielded up some good results tonight. They were constantly on the offensive glass. We talked about that at the beginning of the show tonight, and Chester walks out of here with yet another state championship, and they now are the winningest program in the history of the state of Pennsylvania, now passing Farrell, who had 7. Chester now stands at a pinnacle of their own, and they are truly the king of the mountain here in Pennsylvania.
And it's truly prophetic that you talk about their defense. You take a look at what Lower Merion did quarter by quarter. They had the lead at the end of the first quarter, 11-9. That was the only quarter in which the Aces scored double figures. They scored 5 in the second quarter, 9 in the third, and 6 in the fourth quarter. So in the Quad A state final, a combined 20 points over the final 24 minutes for the Lower Merion Aces.
What was amazing about this game was the way it started. Lower Merion had it all their way. They had the tempo their way. They had Chester playing man-to-man, and they attacked Chester very well one-on-one. Chester switched to the 1-3-1 trap, and things changed in the second quarter. And Chester then went back to man-to-man for a moment. Lower Merion, who had been down 9, carved back into it, pulled back to within 4. Chester went back to the 1-2-2 trap, and then 1-3-1, and then back to 1-2-2, and the rest was history. They rode out of town tonight. You could never get by the front line, and every shot that Lower Merion seemed to take the rest of the night was hurried, rushed, semi-blocked. It was tough, and every time you miss one, Chester's on their way in the other direction as fast as anyone's ever going to go, and thus Chester walking out of here with yet another gold medal tonight.
Aces with no field goals converted in the second quarter, and finally, halfway through the third quarter, they were finally able to get the field goal, but it was too little too late for Lower Merion. They'll get the silver, and the Chester Clippers, for the 8th time, are your PIAA gold medal winners.
Presenting the runner-up medals are District 1 representatives Rod Stone and Randy Ierson. Guard, Jaquan Johnson. Forward, Doug Kotler. Forward, Bryce Williamson. Guard, Corey Sherman. Forward, Jewel Brown. Guard, Mike Robbins. Guard, Baird Howland. Guard, Emery Shifra. Forward guard, Justin McFadden. Guard, Brian Shapiro. Forward, Daryl Reynolds. Guard, Raheem Hall. Guard, BJ Johnson. Forward, Johanny D'Alembert. Manager, Tony Scott. Manager, Michael Scott. Coach, Mark Tannenbaum. Coach, Guy Stewart. Coach, Todd Barnes. Coach, Doug Young. Coach, Mike Lax. Coach, Will Carter. Coach, Kevin Gruden, or Grugan. Coach, Blake Stabert. And head coach, Greg Downer. The runner-up trophy will be accepted by Bryce Williamson, Mike Robbins, and Daryl Reynolds. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 PIAA class Quad A boys runners-up, the Lower Merion Aces. And now the 2012 PIAA Class Quad A Boys champions from Chester High School. Presenting the championship medals are District 1 representatives Rod Stone and Randy Ierson. Manager, LaFennis Pickett. Manager, Thaddeus Pierce. Trainer, Ken Santello. Guard, Kareem Robinson. Guard, Darius Robinson. Guard, Dennis Willis. Guard, Rashawn Desjardins. Guard, Tymir Butler. Guard, Shanier Cotman. Guard, Rondé Jefferson. Guard, Daryl Nicholson. Guard, Mike Williams. Forward, Khalil Williams. Guard, Richard Granberry. Forward, Devon Griffin. Forward, Eric Wright. Guard, Diamante Reason. Forward, Samir Geiger. Assistant coach, John Carter. Assistant coach, Kenny Harris. Assistant coach, Terry Thomas. Assistant coach, Jimmy Dennis. Assistant coach, Suni Blackwell. Assistant coach, Derek Spence. And head coach, Larry Yarbre Sr. The championship trophy will be accepted by Richard Granberry, Rondé Jefferson, Darius Robinson, and Eric Wright.
Captains, seniors.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 PIAA Class Quad A Boys champions, the Chester Clippers.
So congratulations to Chester, and of course congratulations to the 16 teams that made it to the Bryce Jordan Center here in 2012. Takes a lot of W's to get all the way into middle and now into the late March to make it to the state championships. The Chester Clippers finish off the weekend in style.
You know, each year you walk out of here, it's been 21 for me doing this, and I think about this, Bob, and I think, you know, this is celebration. Every time we have one of these weekends, celebration of what's good in Pennsylvania, celebration of basketball. Our state, we know, is still very rich in basketball. Neat tonight to see a record set by a storied program. They did a great job, did Chester, but as you said, a celebration of all basketball in the state of Pennsylvania this weekend, and you got to feel good when this is all said and done. Thanks to Penn State for putting on a great show here as well.
Absolutely, and thanks as well to the people who make us have a show, and that of course is our good friends at Service Electric Cable TV in the Lehigh Valley, who do the great job of giving you all the sights and sounds of these state championships. These guys work their tails off for 48 straight hours of basketball and setups and teardowns and everything else that goes along with it, and we thank them for all of their work and helping us to bring you the state championships. And again, Mike Zambelli and Jim Wills will have our post-game show, as they'll have some time with the players for the Chester Clippers and their head coach, Larry Yarbre. On our end, thanks to our producer, Paul Podolsky, our director, Andy Himmelwright, our great man with the pencil this weekend, John Gregory, on stats from my partner, Gary Sutton. Thanks again, partner. It's been a fun weekend. My name is Bob McCool. Have yourselves a great weekend, everyone, and thanks for watching Championship Basketball here on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. We hope to talk to you very soon.
America's war veterans' stories.
Storied program in this state in boys basketball. The Chester Clippers, for the 8th time in school history, a state champion. Welcome back to our postgame show. Mike Zambelli, joined by Jim Wills. Jim, we've seen this program perform on the big stage on a number of occasions. I don't know that we have ever seen them better defensively.
Oh, the shutdown, Mike. The last 3 quarters held them to 20 points total. That is remarkable defense on any level.
Without a field goal in the second quarter and almost midway through that third quarter as well. Welcome in winning head coach Larry Yarbrough, senior. Coach, congratulations. Can you put into words the feeling of pride you have in this group right now? This the first time in the history of this program you go undefeated as a state champion.
It's an unbelievable moment right now. You know, my kids been working hard from the beginning of the season to the end. It was something that we thought that we could do in the beginning, but we just made it happen. But everything we do start with the basics, which is our defense, rebound the basketball, and playing together. When you got a good team and everybody's committed to doing the right things, good things happen. That's how we was able to pull this game out and able to win 32 this season. You know, it's an amazing feat.
It's a man missing here tonight, Fred Pickett. Coach, I'm sure you're watching at home. We send you best wishes. I'm sure you miss having him here as well.
This might be the first time since I've been coaching Fred wasn't at a game that meant so much. But as I tell people, if it wasn't for Fred Pickett, I wouldn't have got into coaching. So I want to thank you for doing that for me, Fred, and helping this moment, because this is for you, brother. This is for you.
I'm sure we put a smile, or you guys put a smile on his face here. Jim, let's talk to some of the players here. This is a terrific accomplishment for these guys. Take it over.
Okay, we have Eric Wright right here. Eric, what do you think about this undefeated season?
I mean, the undefeated season, we work hard in practice, so we deserve it. I mean, last year it was pretty good. We won it last year, but it feels very good to be a senior to win it again. So I'm proud of my team and all my teammates. They helped me out. So I'm very proud of these guys.
Darius Robinson. Darius Robinson. Darius.
We're taking a look at some highlights here of Darius here in a minute.
We're going to bring up some highlights of Darius. Congratulations, young man. Your thoughts on repeating as a champion here tonight, but more than anything, wearing that jersey that you have on right now.
Repeat that question.
Your thoughts on being able to wear a Clippers uniform in your career? What does it mean to you to play basketball at Chester?
Oh, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Practice all year is hard work. They make it hard for us so we can come out and get this championship.
When you make a run like this, is there more pressure? Do you enjoy this kind of a challenge as a group, or describe the pressure that goes in that's involved with it?
Ain't no pressure when we all playing good. Just come out and play as a team. We get W's.
Brother Nasir say he was a champion in 2008. How special is it to play alongside your brother and win this championship as well?
I don't know. I don't look at that. I get a lot of questions. I don't worry about that.
Okay, all right. Nasir Robinson, a terrific effort on his part. 11 points, a rebound, and 2 steals. Looking now for Rondé Jefferson. Rondé, where's Rondé? Rondé, come on in there. Rondé, congratulations. What did Lower Merion do in tonight's game? They held you in check early in this basketball game by changing their defenses. What kind of adjustments did you have to make?
Our coach told us to come out and play hard and give it everything we got. This is the last game of our season, and we wanted it more than anybody else. At the end of the game, we showed that, and we got the W.
They were doing a good job on you, keeping you off the offensive window, but you seemed to wear them down a little bit. What was the message Coach sent to you at halftime as well?
He told us that basketball is a game of runs, and our run is yet to come, and we just had to take our time and be patient, and it will come.
What goes into the offseason right now? You're a junior, and obviously the onus will be on Chester again to try and make it a three-peat. What goes into your offseason workouts, and how will you prepare for next year?
For everybody on my team that's coming back next year to put in work and just get ready for next season.
Congratulations, young man. Congratulations to all you guys. Coach Yarbrough, I want to give a shout-out to Terry Thomas, too. Thanks for all your help. And a great, you are Stratman.
Yeah, you are Stratman of the year,
I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that.
Coach, this is a terrific accomplishment for a program that's been at the top of the charts. What does this mean to the Chester community? It's well documented. The school having some financial problem. This has to be a big boost to the community.
There's an old saying in Chester, what Chester makes Chester. This is what it's all about. These are all Chester kids from our community striving to be the best they can be on the basketball court in the classroom. So this is a big feat for us. You know, even though the school is having financial problems, we gave them something good to look forward to. So this is all it's about, just for our whole community.
Community was here as well. Guys, let them know where the championship's going. Who's the champ? Jim, obviously this is a conclusion to what has been a great tournament here. Great kudos to all the people at Penn State, the PIAA, and everybody involved.
Yeah, it was a great tournament, Mike. Some great games all weekend, topped off by one of the greatest defensive performances probably in the history of the championship game.
You're absolutely right. Thanks for your efforts as well. Glenn Mills, the last to repeat in the boys 4A classification. The Clippers now own that distinction as well. We certainly hope you enjoyed our wall-to-wall coverage of the PIAA state championships this year. Congratulations to all the teams. On behalf of Jim Wills, all the announcers, Andy Himmelwright, our director and producer, Paul Podolsky, and all the good folks at the PIAA, PCN, and Service Electric Cable Television. I'm Mike Zambelli. We'll see you again next year.